Matches your enthusiasm. I've got a job for you if you're looking to keep busy. Here are the details.
Greetings and welcome to another episode of Soul Talk, where we talk to our citizens and members of the community. Today is April 27th, 2023, still in North and South America. For the rest of the world, it's April 28th, but you know how that goes. We are live on Twitch, YouTube, and hopefully Kick. I didn't check Kick. Are we live on Kick? Yeah, we're live on Kick. Hey, Kick. So yes, join us on kick.com/soulcitizen if you want to get your name and registered in there, because you never know how it's going to take off or not. But if you want to join us today for the conversation, click on the link below, the Discord link below, and I'll drag you into the conversation. Basically, what's been going on with me this week? Oh, hello Bonsai, hello Pops, hello Kai. And a whole bunch of people that are lurking so far. But what's been going on with me this week? I'm about 30 hours into Divinity Original Sin 2. But I haven't played the past couple of days because a new game came out 2 days ago. Honkai Star Rail. It is a mobile game, but it's on PC too. But it's a sci-fi game, but anime aesthetic. So that's more my bag than isometric now these days. So, Baldur's Gate 2 was like, what, 20 years ago? So, yeah, this is more my aesthetic. But I have to say that the writing and the characters in Divinity Original Sin 2 seem to be richer and deeper. But the game is definitely more mature. But Honkai Star Rail is more of a PG crowd. So that's partly what the difference there. I think Star Rail is trying to reach a more general audience than Divinity Original Sin 2 is. But yeah, I'm enjoying both games. I probably will get back into Original Sin 2 sometime, but for now I'm gonna stay on Star Rail. But hopefully anyone else, let me know if you're trying Honkai Star Rail, what you think of it. In fact, I'm probably gonna have to drop one of my other mobile games that I've been playing so I can make more time for Star Rail. But that's it for me this week. Yeah, that can do my thing, and then we can get started with the show. Hope you will enjoy it. This is gonna be tough for me, but here we go. It's the same company as Honkai Impact. Yes, it is. It's the same company. Matter of fact, you play Honkai against an Impact and stuff like that, you will see a definite theme or carryover from them. Yep, Bonsai. Alright, so here we go. Dale! Daylight come and we wanna go home. Day is a day. Daylight come and we want to go home. Alright, I got everybody knows what that's from, but they're going to drag people in to talk about it because people may not know. Fish Face, Pot Face, and Griffin.
Oh my goodness.
Give it to me. Give it to me. I love it. So,
Yeah.
yes. So, where's that from? Because I know everybody knows it. Go ahead and tell people.
Well, I used to sing it in camp as a little, a little beady bopper when we would go camping with the boys club. I don't even know if the boys club still exists anymore.
I
Probably
think,
not.
well, that was 20 years ago. I don't know either. But yeah, they did it 20 years ago.
Oh, as of 20, yeah. But, like Kai said, it's Harry Belafonte. And it's wait a minute. Wait a minute. Oh my goodness. The coconut? No. Wait a minute.
The banana boat song.
Banana boat. I'm going to say coconut.
Banana boat. I heard you say coconut. I'm like, wait, did you want to say the name of the song? It's called Dale, the banana boat song.
Banana boat song. Yeah.
And for people who don't know, that is from 1956. So that's predates a lot of us here. But it's almost like, 70 years old at this point. But the reason why I'm doing it, because we're going to send off to Harry Belafonte. He passed away Tuesday at the age of 96. So, rest in peace, Harry Belafonte.
What about what movie was it played from?
Well, it was a bunch of movies, but the most popular one was Beetlejuice.
Right.
Yeah, I remember when they played it in Beetlejuice.
Valscore. I'm sure we agree we need more fastcart serenading in our lives. People in chat and this Discord may disagree with you there, Valscore, but I appreciate the sentiment. Thank you.
What? Oh Lord.
I'll serenade you some more later, Valscore. Call me. Anyway, so up next. Oh yes, let me put the link in chat so people can click and join us. But we are looking for people to come join and talk with us. So if you want to come in and talk to us, hop on in and I'll drag it out. All right.
All right.
So up first we have our sneak peek, and I'm putting it on the screen right now, and hopefully it's in Discord so people can see it. But the subtitle of this one is "Look Through the Sky, Shine Your Light." So what do people think? I think it's beautiful. It looks like a theme park almost.
Yeah, it does. That's the first made me think of like a roller coaster ride, at night or something, being lit up. Yeah. Yeah.
That's probably why they highlighted it. But yeah, it definitely had that thing. I mean, matter of fact, that it's a game that I want, but it's called NO2205 or NO2050 or 2050. It seems like something like one of those city builders games that you might find in there. They definitely have a cyberpunk feel, but yeah.
Yeah, what was the other one they said with Harrison Ford?
Oh yeah, Blade Runner.
Yeah, that Blade feel to it.
Yeah, it's got that whole cyberpunk feel. The Blade Runner, I don't want to say invented cyberpunk, but it's one of the earliest first examples of cyberpunk. I forget the bag helmet. Yeah, exactly. The stinky is yeah. You definitely want to be enclosed in that one.
Yeah, I just never understood that helmet, but no, okay.
You never understood the helmet. People are cheap and they can't afford the real,
Can't afford the real ones, and
yeah,
and okay.
I mean,
because when
I don't want to say
Mhm.
people are cheap, but people don't have money to spend on real helmets. Put it that way.
So it I guess it just kind of first, this was my first thought when I saw it, that why are they trying to smother themselves, themselves? I'm
You're
like,
not the only
okay,
one.
I didn't get that part. Yeah,
there's a
that
whole, there's a whole thing. Matter of fact, I want to say 4 or 5 years. No, it was 2019. Someone in the CitizenCon in 2019 actually cosplayed at the Baghead, and I think they got first place. But one of the first things Jared Huckabee said when he saw him is like, "Please do not harm yourself for trying to cosplay."
He started turning
he
blue.
He said he had some kind of ventilator thing in there. We couldn't see it though, but he was okay
Really?
as far as we can tell.
Right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, eventually, the air quality will affect players. Yeah, that's what Griffin said in chat.
Oh, is that what it's for? Okay. Air
Oh, yeah. You
quality.
thought it was a fashion piece? No, it's because the air
Okay.
quality is so bad. Yeah. Matter
I
of
thought
fact,
it
there's a
more like that.
sign
Mhm.
nearby the spaceport or in the spaceport that let you know what the air quality is, and it's always
Oh,
bad.
okay. Okay.
I want to say that. Oh yeah, you put the link in. Hold on, let me see if I can grab it real quick.
Okay.
That's a long link.
Mhm.
Up, it's not what. Oh yeah, it's in cosplay, 2019
Okay.
cosplay.
Okay.
Oh yeah. So let me drag that into the normal Windows. People can take a look. Oops, I put the
Oh,
wrong
yeah.
the wrong one in. Hold on, give me a moment, and then I can drag it over here.
Is that Civilian in the white?
Yes, that is Sigullion, but I'm putting in the
Oh,
right.
okay.
Let me put the
Okay.
right one in here.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's what Griffin posted. Okay, yeah, you can put in a better pick, but I'm gonna pick that. Stay with this one for now. But yeah, that is the. You see the guy with the. Oh man, you can barely see him
Okay.
inside that thing.
Yeah.
I didn't
Yeah.
remember it, but you can barely see him inside that. Hey, LIFX. Oh, they got two bag heads. I forgot about that. Yeah, you had two bag heads, but the one in the middle and standing up, he was first, so he got the majority of the votes, and he got
Um,
second and third place.
oh,
I'm
oh, yeah,
curious
it
though.
is.
Like, okay, did he get first place because he also had the flight suit on, or is it because the other one has lights on it though, which is pretty
Oh,
cool.
Mm-hmm.
yeah. But like I
Some
said,
LED.
the guy, standing up, he got on stage first, so he got the majority of the credit for being the bag head.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah.
so it's kind of like, oh, okay, I get it. I can
So
understand.
if the guy sitting
That's
down came
tough.
first, he might
Yeah,
have gotten the credit for it. But yeah, he
that's
was
rough.
second.
Yeah, that's
Got the
rough.
sympathy, but I don't want to say that. But
Yeah.
you might say that. But yeah, that is Sigullion down there, and someone wearing something like a Star Trek, almost a Star Trek uniform on the right at the bottom there.
Who's the young lady?
I
Is that
am not sure.
okay?
Griffin may know.
Okay.
Yep. But yeah, so that is
And where's
it.
this con at?
That was
Which one was this
in
in Texas or was it
UK. No, that's not Texas. That was in
in
Europe.
UK?
Yeah, I want to say
Europe? Oh wow.
Manchester.
Okay.
Wow.
Cool.
Yeah, that was 2019. Germany. Okay, Germany. Thank you, Kai.
Mm.
You're definitely in Europe, though. Yeah. But yeah, so that is the sneak peek.
Okay.
And, because they're obviously doing upgrades and everything like that on Lorville and underground and above ground. So, yeah. And by the way, before I forget, I looked up the lyrics to see if I can find a song matching this, and I found it
Mhm.
obscure. Like there were only two matches for
Yep.
for this lyric, and it's
Mhm. Which one
from
did you find?
it's from the song called "Look Up" from the Journey to the
Mhm.
Cosmic Soul album by Lady in the Moon and the Eclipse. So,
Okay.
I tried I checked out like a couple of minutes on it, and it's not bad.
Yeah. The first part I found was a different person than what you found. I forget that
Hmm.
person's name. It was kind of cool. It was an upbeat song. The second half, though, reference to the Doobie Brothers.
Oh.
Yeah,
Well,
that's what I got.
I put it all in one query with quotations around
Mm,
it, so that's why I was looking for an exact match. Hmm.
okay. Okay.
All
Yeah, I
right,
put I put the whole one in first, and then I separated them.
mm, yeah, I see you're at Citizen Con this year. People who are going. All right, so up next we have that is the Reddit. That is the Reddit. Okay, so up next we have the Fog, geez, Dr. Fog, thank you for the follow, appreciate it, welcome. So up next we have the Star Citizen Live. It came back after I want to say a 2-week hiatus or 1-week hiatus, and they had the Mission Feature team on. Now I did watch it earlier last week, and I forgot most of what happened in it. So if anyone have any highlights or anything or something that stood out to them during the episode? You want to talk about it?
Well, the first half, I appreciated them speaking about how they were talking about a mission and how you're going to have okay, they were referencing a specific vehicle, like a land vehicle, that you may have to use to do a mission, right?
No, something different. Okay.
And then they said that they wanted to make sure it was like a storm, that something that it made sense, that they just didn't disable, flying vehicles. So they wanted like electrical storms that a flying vehicle wouldn't be able to fly through, to kind of, give it more realism, which, yeah, I understood that. The middle part, I want to give a shout out to good friend Mighty Heidi, which is a part of the cast that we're doing. And the second half, I didn't really get that too much out of that one.
Okay, well, I think. Oh, okay, him. Yeah. Bones. Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Bones.
yeah, Bones.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah. I like I said, it was a week ago, so I didn't take notes, unfortunately. So I have to get on that from now on. Not only have to watch it, I have to take notes on it. But yeah, how about you, Fist?
Sorry about that. I was typing something out. About the SCL, did I watch it?
SCO,
That's your
yeah.
question? Unfortunately, I didn't. I've been so
Okay.
Yeah, man. Pops got me texturing this thing, so I'm
Blame your
I'm
pop,
just
blame
saying,
your
I'm
pop.
just playing Pop. No, I'm just
Right,
I just kind of been putting my head down, man, just trying to, pummel through this thing.
Mhm.
So yeah.
All right, cool. No problem. Well, if you didn't get a chance to catch STL, and you can click the link that Griffin put in, or you can watch the Nubifier's summary for 4 minutes and 6 seconds. If you want something quicker. But speaking of the mission team, there are a couple of well, let me scroll up first. But there was a question for the Edward Fuller and the mission team about missions, Mr. Q&A question, and they had a thread going on for questions for the official screen, but this person, Green Taco, decided to go on his own and just put in his own question, and what do you know, they replied. So for your CIG, Green Taco, he said, "Thanks for the question. I'm Edward Fuller, so you found me. Outside a more direct Q&A forum, you can post questions in this forum, and I think if you think it can give meaningfully accurate answers, we will." So we already do quite a few missions with counter mission, whereby the counter only becomes available after once the initial mission has reached some point we think that a counter is logical, fair, or fun for players to get involved with. So that's part one of the answer. I'm gonna skip the rest of the whole paragraph, but go to the next one. A simple example of a mission where the counter is the array hack criminal and commonly repair lawful counter. We also have a counter to one of the down relay mission variations issued by Clovis, where one player has to recover a blade from a down relay to return it to the UGF owner. So yeah, that's example of mission to counter mission. We also have open contract mission like mission Cruise and Derelict. That's affect open contract to many. So questions about mission givers issues contacting you mid-mission to suggest an option but take a pay cut. Mission givers messaging you and offering a player simple decisions that alter the course of mission doesn't seem implausible at design, but it's not something we are investigating right now. It is something that they would like to do. For your suggestion about salvage and mining scenarios, supplying further protection, we probably upfront with the player. So before mission acceptance, we say the description that support is provided or not, and also the buy-in amount for the right salvage mining location, higher for protection, lower for less. For player assistance, it is intended that we have a player-issued combat assistance beacon, but they'll figure out the rules they were given the work We are planning for with reputation based on hostility, which will make for some interesting questions for testing other when their reputation differs from yours. So that was a lot. Any thoughts about any of that so far?
I guess, working on getting those missions.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They're always breaking. They're always breaking. So.
Mm-hmm. And this is from the same thread. He's responding to a different player. It says, "Hi, and Han. Though we did say mission contact will always be interfaced with mobile glass, it doesn't preclude us from doing what you're suggesting. There were ideas that we might have a contract initiating from interacting with something other than a person or the contract manager. An example you proposed could be something along those lines. To be clear, we're not investigating this right now. I also foresee something as diegetic as you proposed in the mobile glass as a contract manager, but it wouldn't be a mission contract." So there's another one. And a couple of more, and then we'll move on. He said, "Haiku, thanks for the question. Among other things, both dynamic event and missions will eventually be driven by the quantum simulation, but they aren't yet. So yes, further down the line, Quanta, which will be NPCs in the verse, they will drive missions, but they aren't doing it now because we don't have Quanta on that scale per se yet. But that's something down the line." He also answered Andrew Hahn, though we did say mission contract would always interface with the mobile glass, it doesn't preclude it from doing what that's the same thing?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's the same thing. Okay, my bad. Oh, yeah. Okay, so that's it for the mission Q&A. But yeah, any final thoughts about anything that you didn't have a chance to comment on?
No, it was pretty much same thing that was on the show.
I see all I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Cool. All right, so we're going to do something a little bit different. There was a Con 42 this past weekend, and CIG played a big part of it. And our friend at Nubifier, he did a Q&A and a new BS format of this show. So rather than ask if anyone had watched it, we want to play through it. It's only 11 minutes, and give people tell people what we thought at the end. So here we go.
So this one's long, but there's a lot of information. Hello, YouTubers. This is the Nubifier. There was an 8-hour live stream hosted from Con 42 on the weekend. Here's what you need to know. Con 42 is a premier Star Citizen fan event that's ran from 4 p.m. for the rest of the day on the 22nd of April, 2023. The event was hosted in the Willy Brandt Hall near Frankfurt, which is great because that made it very easy for CIG staff to make an appearance and participate. Despite missing the show in person this year, my hope is by highlighting it, more of you who would have gone will be aware of it and will watch out for it in the future. The site access ranged from €35 to €80. After the event welcome panel, we had Paul from HCS Voice Packs. He was on the stage with a small presentation. Paul created HCS by finding known actors and celebrities and getting them to read replies for commands that can be used in voice attack. Paul set a high standard many years ago by combining iconic voices and the ease of controlling our games and our spaceships. They're priced very well as Paul said his goal was community first, and I have known Paul for many years, and I can vouch for him as the real deal. A great human being, and if you'd like to support him and have more fun with Star Citizen, please go check out HCS Voice Packs. You'll have no trouble finding tutorial videos and overviews on this channel. Paul brought some great support to Con 42 with signed photos from various talented actors. Gates McFadden, who recorded a new pack called Nova. You had Brent Spiner, Alex, and others, and these would be raffled off at the end to the participants. Paul spoke about the challenges supporting an evolving game in an alpha state. Nothing ever works perfect, but with the help from the community who are active in their Discord, they're able to keep things on track. Paul mentioned that there was a need for an API to help improve performance, and that's something that only CIG can do. He wanted our support in trying to achieve that. He spoke about the future supporting for Squadron 42, and then we moved to the show floor for a quick tour of what was going on there. Community orgs and sponsors were all there enjoying a beer and talking about Star Citizen. Next, we had the Space Viking himself, Mr. Brian Chambers, who began with the usual by taking a selfie of himself in front of the crowd. Brian's current title is Development Director for CIG Frankfurt, and he really doesn't need an introduction at this point. He commented about how impressed he was for the turnout of the event, and he thanked the organizers. Brian spoke about his youth in California with skateboarding and art as outlets. He has a degree in fine arts. Being creative led him naturally to his start in the film industry as a set builder, but he was always interested in gaming. After many years, his work evolved to motion capture and computer graphics. A long time ago at Gamescom, Brian was looking for work, and with his background, when he heard that Chris was interested in growing, he basically applied for the job and then started what was a 6-person team, and then the next month, they were up to 19 people. The rest is history. Brian was asked about the development, and Brian acknowledged that Star Citizen is a beast, and he spoke about how amazing it is that the team has grown to over 1,000 people. They still have the flexibility of a small company, but with that manpower, they're able to pivot and change as the need arises. He's excited to get Squadron 42 into our hands, and of course that is his primary focus. He knows about our appreciation for his status in the company, and he thinks it's fun and funny that we love him for being genuine, and he said that he appreciates our support. He was asked about the pandemic and then spoke about the work that was done to get ready to work from home. Once the lockdown began, they had already worked to mitigate and prepare. Brian was asked why Star Citizen. He replied, ambition. And this is hilarious because that's exactly the same reason that I like the project. It's so unlike anything, and people said that it would be impossible, but here we are. Brian was asked if he plays Star Citizen often in his free time, and he kind of giggled and said no, but he did confirm that when he's at work, he often has a streamer playing in the background, so he still feels very connected and immersed to the state of the game. Brian was asked about his working relationship with Aaron Roberts. He said that Aaron drives the PU at the top level, but then Brian said that he enjoys the latitude and control that he has directing his team. There's obviously overlap in these two teams, but they always get the job done and they always keep things on track. After a quick break, we had a panel with Atmo Esports. No introduction needed. However, we had the pleasure of hearing from Corsair and Crucian. They spoke about the early days of Atmo Esport that evolved larger and expanded to new events. They spoke about the community support that grows each year, saying that the last show had 1,200 people participating either as staff or as a racer. They spoke more about the early days, and I strongly recommend following them on Twitter or Twitch so that you can be first to know when they go live. Support the backers who do more to make our game great. They said that with the Cyclone being released, Corsair decided to replicate the Dakar Rally, but in-game with a basic set of rules. They said they were super happy and proud of the production quality of the broadcast. Crucian was asked what vehicle was his favorite, and he said that CIG needs to get the Ranger in engine, as it would be sensational to add that vehicle to the events. After a quick break, we had the judging for the cosplay contest, and then we had a developer Q&A. Dan was asked about our ability to physically modify the planetary surface, such as adding tunnels. He said that that was not an immediate goal, but he didn't rule it out as a possibility. Yogi was asked about combining different controller inputs in-game. He said that he was unable to confirm if this could ever be done. Dan was asked about deeper level of mechanics. Survivalists, for example, asked about cutting down trees to be burnt like a campfire to survive. The idea of taking that tree stuff and building cabins was not likely, but he did say that tents and other more futuristic survival mechanics might be added in the future. Salvage is currently a linear loop where you scrap and sell. The panel confirmed selling salvaged goods to a cargo runner and then splitting the profit was a desired game loop. They were asked if there would be various types of hull scrapers like how we have for mining. The reply was that currently there was no need for that diversity, so that might not be required and you might not get that. Yogi was asked about ship armor plating. He said that they do have a prototype Gladius that was made for testing. He said the back-end systems required to add all of this to the game was maybe still several years out. Yogi was asked about autopilot instead of what we currently have, which behaves kind of like a 1970s style cruise control. Yogi said that they can do that with AI, but it would be up to CR to see how he wanted to proceed. Dan then amplified that the more things that are allowed to be taken over by AI results in fewer things for the player to do, and he actually thinks that that would hurt the game badly. They had no firm dates to when the range of clothing for female characters would catch up to what's available for males. Yogi said that component balancing is mostly done for Squadron, and they want to move that over to the PU, but that might be done and might be still seen as premature because balance is sure to change again and again as more systems are added to the PU. Yogi was asked about trade and trucking style missions, and he said that they're not currently working on that, but that the commodity prices for 3.19 are being tweaked to improve trade gameplay in general. The question for parachutes was asked once again. The panel of 3 and the crowd all giggled because this question is asked all the time and it is really something we need. And they didn't mention anything more about the question. They just kind of sidestepped it. Component salvage is being added to 3.19 and there is some possible issues as this is basically another type of loot generation. They spoke about some different ways that they might mitigate that. There was a question having to do with ship concept sales and the pipeline backlog. How many more ships was the question that we can expect? And Dan had no number, but he did say that the ships are the soul of the game project. Players love new ships, and it doesn't seem as if there are any plans to stop releasing new ships. There was a watermelon up on the table, and Twitch chat wanted to know why. They just didn't answer that. Chat wanted to know when we might have a fully AI crewed ship that would be remotely controlled from a distance. And Dan said that this is not something that they would ever want to do, but being able to control a fleet of player crewed ships, or at least direct them, was planned. And that those player ships could still have AI crew members, but to have an entirely AI crewed ship was not part of the plan. The road tool is being built out of the river tool, and Dan said that there was no current timeline to when we might see roads between points of interest on the planet, but that it was possible. Frank wanted to know if there was a plan to migrate away from the Lumberyard engine to something else. Dan said that Lumberyard was being completely retooled to provide for the future. So I guess no, there was no plans to migrate away from Lumberyard. Drop bags for mining ships do not currently do anything, but they said that that was being worked on and it might be in 3.19, which is really cool. So that's your mole and your prospector. And then of course those bags could get picked up by a cargo ship and sold. Fantastic. Dan was asked about suffocation due to a fire that might have been started in a ship, and Thorsten simply said yes, that was planned, that was a thing. Dan said that org tools are lacking and that needs to be addressed, but it sounded as if there was no real data when that plan might start. Dolby Atmos support is already planned to be supported. One-click outfit changes are needed, but Dan said that there was no specific date when that would be added. There are currently no plans to add ChatGTP to any aspect of Star Citizen. They were asked if there could be paint skins that would work homogeneously on all ships that a player would own. So for example, I would buy, let's say, a red paint and I could apply it to any ship that I own. Dan said that that made sense, but that it was not being worked on. The large central landing pad in Hurston is planned to be usable, but Dan confirmed that it would not only be limited to hero buildings. We are actually more likely to see general landing zones on all of the smaller buildings before we see it on the hero buildings because those are bespoke. Stowaways that can kill you on takeoff was said to be an issue, and Dan said that he agrees, but didn't elaborate any further than that. The sale of life support material, such as air, is planned, but there was no date. The friends list and how it works needs to be improved. They acknowledge that, and the ability to hide friendly markers on the UI is being worked on, but that's just like any other issue or bug. There's no specific effort being put onto that. There are plans to allow for stolen goods to be cleaned and then sold at full price, which is really good. There are plans to allow players to buy empty containers, but there are also plans to allow some containers to be specialized for guns, etc. And those containers will be nameable in the future so that you can manage your own inventory. A 3.19 wipe was asked for, and there was no answer that was made to confirm. Proximity comms work fine, but the ship-to-ship comms don't work very well, and Yogi had no comment. Then Dan kissed the watermelon, and that was the end of the panel. My comprehension of German is very low, but as far as I gathered from the rest of the stream, it was basically giving away all the raffle prizes, and that's it. A great community event and tons of fun to watch. I have links for the VOD and the website up. Go check them out. Please share this rundown wherever you can to support our community. Fly safe, and I'll see you in the verse.
Yep, and that is the Numifier's review of Con 42, and I appreciate him for doing that. So yeah, face-to-face, Pop, and anyone else who want to come in to chat with us, what are your thoughts?
So everything was great. Glad to see, CIG come out to, this event and answer some questions. I got to pick on the community. Stop asking for parachutes. If anything,
yes, I don't know.
Wait, Baskin. Hold on. Let me finish. Stop asking for parachutes. Go big or go home and ask for jetpacks.
No, the Titan suit. That's what that is. Titan
Yeah,
suit.
but
with a jetpack.
wait. You can't put a Titan suit on while you're in a chair.
That's
No.
true. That's true. I don't
You know,
know.
Right.
technically, you got to stand up to put up a jetpack on too.
Well, ask Mando.
Mm.
Right?
Okay,
Ask
that's
Dinjarin.
fair. That's fair. I give you that
Ask Bo-Katan.
one.
Right?
Mm.
All right. Pop, what are your thoughts?
You know, it was good to see Brian, which is he's a very down to earth
Yeah, I haven't seen
person.
him in a while.
Yeah. You would think a lot of the people from CIG and so on and so forth would be, you know, especially him being as high up as he is. But I haven't met anyone from CIG that's not down to earth. That's one of the things I really appreciate about all the people that work there. Let's see. One thing that did stand out to me was the AI question about a
ChatGPT.
full AI, a full ship.
Oh, you thought? Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad they knocked that down. I mean, I would like, yeah, I think that would be. I mean, you can understand. What's the word? Not quanta.
Quanta, yeah, quantum.
Is quanta? Is it quanta?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, you can understand that, but
Mhm.
you know, a player, one player in one ship, and then him controlling another ship next to him. That's no. Because then,
Hey.
yeah,
If you buy enough
Dude,
account,
that-
you can
Whoa.
choose your own interest.
No.
Yeah,
Wait a minute,
nah.
fast start. Wait a minute. Hold
we're not
on.
doing that.
I just realized really when Pops explained that, do you realize the door that would open?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
Yes. Mm-mm. I mean, people would be filling their mining ships up with and
Yeah.
wouldn't
talking about-
anybody do? Mm-mm.
No one would need AI blades. Everyone would use ChatGPT.
Yeah, right. When you talk about bots, oh my
Mhm.
goodness.
It'd be all kind
It
of
would be-
AFK
yeah.
mining.
You would have
and-
well, you remember
Yeah.
Pops in the other games when you see those
Mhm.
bots coming, you know, those bot driven
Mhm.
characters. Yeah, okay. You imagine a bot driven fleet of ships.
Mhm.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
Now,
So-
this is my personal. If it's like if you have one person on a ship for say, and let's a Carrack. I think you need what 5 people
Something
to
like that.
operate that ship. Now, a Carrack and 1 or 2 human people, I can get that. I wouldn't. I would think that they would put in place that one person can only control maybe 5, you know, at a time on a given, you know, and beyond that, you just wouldn't be able to you know, to control them or anything like that. So I hope it's some kind of a limit. I hope you can't get on a javelin and, you know, one person with 79, you know, no, I don't want to see that. Mm.
Hey, someone would do it. But I want to address some of the things that Chad is talking about. They're talking about conversion from lumberyard into something else. Yeah, there's always someone who asks that almost every show on Thursday Live. At least I want to say once a month, if not every other week, on Thursday Live. Someone asks about that. So that is not a new question that's been going on for ages. And yes, even before Unreal 5 came out, people were talking about moving from Lumberyard or Cryo Engine to Unreal 4. So that's always been the thing, and still always be in the future. So I don't think that's ever going away. I do like the thing he said about the Ranger. That Ranger, I want to say constructed around 2019. I'm still waiting for it. I want to see it in game, and I'm really looking forward to that vehicle. I currently have mine in buybacks, but if they do release it sometime soon, I might just get out of buyback and use some of the things as LTI tokens for the ones that I don't want to keep. I'm happy to see at eSport. Always good to see them around. Brian Chambers said that they have over 1,000 people. I think yeah, that can be also confirmed over 1,000 people now. So the last we heard was like 850 before that, but yeah, so they're over 1,000 now, so that's good for them. Parachutes, yeah, that's something that's a holdover from Fortnite and whatnot. Oh, that's up for parachutes. I'm with you, Fitz. I'd rather see a jetpack or the Titan suit, but that's me.
Yeah, you know, maybe some suit thrusters or something like that, you know. Something, you know, I mean, I do agree. I mean, it is something that obviously within the game right now, for especially for PvP and combat, as far as being on planet side and atmosphere, you know, you get in trouble or something like that and you need to eject. I mean, because I've done it before where I've ejected. I've survived one time, but you know, it is a thing where it's like you might as well die. You know.
But, you know, my thought on the parachute is it depends if it has gameplay to it. Like if you're trying to go in and capture something and you want to drop, you know, some people off silently and they can, you know, like they do in real life, and they can, you know, would go down and
the problem with parachutes is you may not always be on a planet or moon that has enough atmosphere to make you land safely. A jetpack would solve that.
Right. Yeah, that's how you know. Right. That's a good point. Though.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So no more
So a jetpack would do
jetpack.
both. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, that's my opinion, though. That's my opinion.
Okay.
Oh yeah, ACS voice pack. I love those people. I have I want to say I have like six voice pack. I got do I have the chat new one? I think I have the chat new one. I have the Tom Baker one, who's Doctor Who. I don't have the Gateway Band. I don't have Deanna Troy yet. Those are on my wish list, but I do have quite a few. I have six of them so far. So I'm heavily into the ACS voice pack, and I do recommend anyone get that if you want some more immersion in your Star Citizen play. But that's me.
Drink.
Yeah.
All right. No, yeah, that is Con 42, and yes, I don't. They didn't really. I want to say they didn't really advertise it, but I didn't hear about it until recently, and it was, you know, it came up on my feed after the fact. So people who are saying, "Hey, I'm in Europe, I'm in Germany, I didn't hear about this." I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you, but yeah, hopefully you can put it on the calendar for next year. Look forward to it. Sign up to the website. Click on the Nubified link and get more information about the event. All right. So up next we have. Oh yeah. Well, this is some of the pictures from the Con 42. This is from this week in Star Citizen. So there are 28 pictures. I'm not gonna go through all of them, but yeah, just go through a few of them. So yeah. Oh, we got CIG people there with Admiral Eastport and Toby Tracker. Not sure what they're doing there, but okay. Oh, that's one of the with Ryan Chambers. That's one of the booths. More con stuff. Oh wow, they got the floats. That's cool. I do not have the Anna Demetrio. I can't pronounce her name. The Anna voice back yet. Yeah, you always need some more Julie sounding like you. If you're into that,
are they making a voice back? Is
Yeah.
she making a voice? She is?
Yeah, she has a voice back. She has a voice back. Check
She has
that
one
website.
already? Okay.
Yep.
Okay. I did. I have a couple voice backs, but
Yeah.
Okay.
I actually have to set
Thank you for
that
the
up again.
prescription. Appreciate it.
I gotta set that up again when I get back really heavily
Yeah.
into the game after this
I had my
project.
setup. I had my setup when I built this my current PC last year. The problem was I had noise canceling off. So whenever I would say something, the AI or the voice tech wouldn't pick it up correctly. And by the time I figured out, I would try to get it working for like hours and hours. And by the time I figured out what the issue was, I said forget it. So I haven't gotten back into it, but I'll do that eventually. That's Brian Chambers again, along with some other people. Admiral Esport. Oh, he's oh shoot, I forgot his name, but the guy on the right with the ponytail, he's a CIG dev too. Don't forget his name.
Yeah, he was just up on the stage. You forgot him already?
Didn't he kiss the? Didn't he kiss the?
He kissed the watermelon.
Yeah.
Watermelon?
Some more people.
Yay!
Yeah.
Some more people. It's a big event. Yeah, people who are in Europe and missed it, I don't know what to tell you. This is like a big event. Maybe they sold out and decided not to publicize it once they sold out.
They do have another one. I know it's different. I don't know exactly when. Maybe it's
yeah, they got Equinox coming up, I think. Equinox.
Well, not only that, but Beacon.
Beacon. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of them.
Yeah,
Okay,
the Star Drum Grim is going to be on that one, as well as Pedro.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's a whole bunch of happy people went to the event. That's cool. Oh, that might be the cosplay. Is that the same guy who was wearing a bag head? That looks like the same guy who was wearing a bag head. Here, I go back and oh wait, I got the same guy wearing a suit, wearing the Star Trek uniform. And that was from 2019, and this is from this weekend, so 4 years different. Orgs, yeah, and one more, and that's it. Okay, cool. But yeah, so that is from Con 42. So nice of CID to put that on there on what's happening in this weekend Star Citizen. So while we have that up, we're going to talk about Galactapedia. It's coming up in a couple of articles. Thursday we have ISC. We're talking about that at the end of the show. And Friday they have Twitch channel, 8 a.m. Pacific. Animation director Steve Bender. Oh, he's always fun. We'll be on the studio for all about animation discussion. So hey, anyone interested in animation, check out Star Citizen Live this Friday, 8 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. ET, and 1500 UTC. Oh yeah. This Saturday, we'll cover this a bit more in a bit also. They're having the Crux Cup happening earlier on Saturday, and then later on, they have the System 7, they're both races. So have a whole day of race on Saturday. In between that, you can watch those soul voices, though. So make sure you check all those out. So that's this weekend's Star Citizen. So yeah, the XenoThreat returned. Anyone here participating in XenoThreat? Anyone in chat participating in XenoThreat this week? I didn't really get a chance to participate because I was working on Divinity and Honkai Star Rail, so not this time. Anyone?
No, I didn't get a chance to go in. I visited some people's stream, Kitty, Authy. I visited their stream while they were doing it, but I didn't get a chance to go in.
I checked out Yo-Yo as well.
Yeah, I think I went by Yo-Yo also.
Okay, yeah. Cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I was watching Abdi. That's how you said it? Abdi. Yeah.
JK asked, is still broken? And Bonsai said, bugs. So evidently it's still broken, I guess. Gomab says he's in XenoThreat right now. Is it broken for you or seem to be working for you, Gomab? DK says it's working well. They did a patch yesterday. Oh, really? I didn't see a patch note. So, okay. Good to know. Thank you for that.
It's been on for quite some time now, hasn't it?
Hotfix, okay. Hotfix. Yeah. They started on the 21st or 20th. Yeah. So yeah, been a while. So yeah, they talk about Helping Hand, the new player guide. I have a XenoThreat video. I think we covered that before. I don't know if they updated it. Got Rowena Dooley, Anna, Demetria. I'm probably doing her name. Sorry about that, Anna. But yeah, talk about Rowena Dooley, and like you said, you can get the ATX voice pack. I'm not sure if she's Rowena Dooley in the voice pack. I'm pretty sure she played a different character, but similar sound, maybe. So we got to talk about the lore behind XenoThreat. Talk about the different phases. Basically, it basically the not the same old XenoThreat. Version 1 is definitely different from version 2. And you can pick up some vehicles for XenoThreat, and they have different offers. So you got the Titan, got the Gladiator, got the Buccaneer, the Gladiator. Now many people take the Gladiator, the Hurricane, Antares, the Scorpius, Inferno, Ion, and Corsair, and Charlie the Bomber. The Eclipse, that's an expensive toy for XenoThreat, but yeah, that works. The Redeemer, that's more expensive now. It's got the earlier version. The Hammerhead, oh, that's a big daddy of for XenoThreat. That's a lot of fun to fly on. And then you start over again with the Titan. So if you're any of those ships for XenoThreat, go ahead and pick those up. XenoThreat won't hold back, so what you do, get up with this curated pack and take on the biggest threat to the universe. So you got the Wolf Pack. Let me see what's inside of it. Click on more info. You got the Gladius, Titan, Hurricane. Oh, basically all the ships that you saw above. Not all of them, but yeah. So the Gladius, Titan, and the Hurricane. And it include, I don't want to say LPI, probably 6 months. Oh, it includes the different paint jobs too. That's nice. So let me see if I can scroll up or scroll down. Oh, wow. They got a whole bunch. 24 months. So 2 years of insurance for that one. Okay. And that is the Warbond version. I'm pretty sure the standard one has 6 months insurance. So let me just click on that and you can check to make sure. Oh, they both have 24 months. So that's nice. So I didn't see that coming. But yeah, so you pick up the Wolf Pack with a bunch of ships and 2 years of insurance. They got another pack here for called Big Gun. The Warbond one well, let me look at the more expensive one. So they got the Constellation Andromeda, the Redeemer, and the Sentinel. So you definitely want some crew to come with you on those with those. Those are not single player stuff. You got a whole bunch of paints, more paint. And 24 months insurance. Okay, so they all have 24 months insurance in Rebel okay. Oh, they also come with a rifle too. Cool. All right. So, listen, Pop, are you interested in buying any of these packs for XenoThreat?
No.
Are you pulling a Grogu just now?
Yeah.
Yes.
I got you. So yeah.
No, it's not. It has nothing to do with
Mhm.
It just the only ship I'm interested in looking for is some type of an alien exploration ship. That's going to be my next purchase and hopefully my last.
Yeah, so they got the you can buy Warbond offers. If I click on this and click on the option, you can save $10 off on the Gladius. Basically, it's just $10 off. You don't get extra insurance or anything like that. Just $10 off if you buy with cash rather than RSI credit. The Inferno is probably the similar way. Redeemer is probably similar. Well, let me see what the price difference is. So for the Redeemer, it's $325 normal price. So you can save $25 if you pay with cash as opposed to RSA credit. But that is up to you. They're like I'm not pretty much done like Pop said. If there's anything that comes up that might pick up my interest, I'll think about it then. But as far as these ships are concerned, I'm not gonna pick anything up. How about anyone in chat? Did anyone pick up a ship for XenoThreat? Bonsai said Anna's voice pack is as herself. Oh, okay, so she's not what we're gonna do. She's as herself. I thought each voice pack normally has a character. Like Tom Baker is a character. Everyone is a character. I'm surprised that it's as herself. But yeah, okay, cool. Thank you for dropping the link. It can't enter my Scorpius, so I'm using Aries to do it. Yeah, it's a bug. Hopefully they'll fix it sometime soon. Go back to XenoThreat is a good way to make money. So yep. All right.
Yeah, it is.
That is XenoThreat. And speaking of XenoThreat, this is from Spectrum. Magical 9 says, CID, stop this Xeno crap.
Okay.
So I wanted to bring that up because Xylo gives a good response to that
Goodness.
not inquiry, but statement, I guess. But fellow CIT, we comment briefly on the delayed interaction in our Monday blog. We post here and add some additional context below. This was in This Week in Star Citizen. This is up above the stuff that I read. So I knew we were covering this, so I didn't want to cover it twice. But despite anticipating some turbulence during its initial release, we well recognize the importance of persistent entity streaming PES as the most difficult and complex component of our effort to enable server meshing. The engineering required for PES has been extensive as it fundamentally alters how we record the state of the universe and introduces an unprecedented level of persistence that is unmatched by other games. We'd like to note that we are aware of the various issues that have popped up during XenoThreat, including interaction delays, causing things like ASOP terminals, restocking, and general interaction not functioning properly, as well as issues related to desync. The team is currently collating and analyzing the vast amount of data they have received thanks to your participation and tremendous amount of traffic, only possible on the live server. While these issues can be a hindrance in short term, they are necessary and an inevitable step in the ongoing process to develop and strengthen our back end for the big milestones ahead. Our team is committed to this and is very optimistic about the road ahead. So that was covered in This Week in Star Citizen. This is what he had to add after that. The interaction delays issue is not solely caused by the XenoThreat event. Disabling the event would not be a quick fix, as the issue has existed prior to the event, as many of you had likely experienced. While disabling the event may provide temporary relief, it will only delay resolving the underlying problem. Our team is determined to address the issue comprehensively and promptly. The high traffic and ongoing XenoThreat event have increased the frequency of delayed interactions, which has allowed our developers to observe and analyze the problem in real time. They are actively testing and implementing solutions and evaluating their effectiveness. This process is iterative, and our team is committed to pinpointing the root cause and resolving the issue. We appreciate your patience and understanding why we work toward a lasting solution. So yeah, what are your thoughts about that, Fitz and Pops?
I think, like, again, we talk about this a lot. I get it. We want to play Star Citizen as a game, but it's not there yet. So I mean, they have to test.
Yeah,
They got to do what they got to do. I mean, I feel for them in a lot of ways, and sometimes it's.
So my question to people who post stuff like this: would you rather it happen now in alpha or beta, or
again, and
later,
right
after the game launch?
Right,
So,
but that was going to be my next point, and thank you for saying that, because I'd rather it happen now. Like I said, I mean, shoot, I'd rather have 3.18 with all of that login issues happen now, when you have, launch. Hopefully you won't have a bad launch.
And
So-
it's something that you almost have to address weekly, because there are new players coming in. They may not have the background or knowledge that people of older backers may have. So this stuff will constantly come up, and we constantly have to reply saying similar stuff. But every week there is someone new who's joining the community and doesn't know this stuff. So yeah.
My hat's off to him again. I'm sorry, pardon. Okay.
No, go ahead.
No, I'm just saying my hat's off to him, because, a lot of times they have to be a broken record, not just only the new players, not for the sake of not for the sake of new players, but for old players, you know, a lot, you know, and
Old players who
that's
should know better but don't.
right. That's and to reiterate that point that Griff says a lot, you know, that's been around for a while. That's you know, like you should know better. Come on, you know.
You should, but yeah, what can we do? So yeah, this is why they'll continue to have the dynamic event, because not only that it's fun for the player, most of the time it's fun for the player. It gives CIG data that they need to make the game better. So yeah, all right.
Yeah,
So
I just think some. Oh,
go ahead.
go ahead. No, move on.
You sure? All right. So up next we have the Galactapedia Update April 2023. So this week, or this month rather, the kayak system we welcome to this month Galactapedia Roundup. They're basically giving a summary of the stuff, but we'll read more of the stuff as we go down. But they have a full-length article about the Midas Fish. Elevate your fish tank with a hint of gold. I don't know if people realize this, but Midas Fish has been in the game as long as I've been in the game, been back at least 2014. They might have started in the game back in 2012, but I remember the Midas Fish from 2014 because you can buy a fish tank using Voyage of the Wreck, and you can buy a separate fish, and the Midas Fish is one of the fish that you could get. So I'm going to read the article later just to see what they put in there. But they have that's the full-length article. A short article to have the Catalyst system, developing system. They have the Catalyst and the Alpha, asteroid belt, Catalyst 1, 2, 3, 4, Beta belt, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's a whole lot of Catalyst planet. But yeah, a young ice giant, not designed at all. The last two. You have the OB Stanton Griffin, a visitor's first stop or else. Okay. University of Reddit. Have a state about rivalry with the University of Cursor. Okay. Valkyrie, a soldier transporter. Okay. I got ship stuff. Talon and Talon Fight. The Lynx Rover. Oh, I'm going to click on that later. The Corsair and the Airwolf class. So, any of these stand out to any of you?
No.
Not this system. Not this one. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely interested in the link over to see what they have to say about that. Probably something short, but we'll see. So, hold on. I'll just do it now. Doing it live. Click on that and see what it says.
Oh boy, here we go. Doing an audible.
So here we go. So the Lynx rover, the electric exploration vehicle developed by RSI. Company is adapted the Lynx rover from their Ursa rover to include alongside their Constellation Phoenix luxury spacecraft. The Lynx dropped some of the Ursa's motor and internal modularity in exchange for luxury fitting and general quality of life improvement. The release date 2944. Yeah, that's about right. 2014. All right, cool.
Yeah,
but yeah.
The only thing I hope that they, when the Banu Merchantman comes out, I hope whatever vehicle they make is as nice as this one. To put in the Banu Merchantman.
Yeah, it'll be more alien-y, but yeah, hopefully
it'll
be, or maybe just a step below, not as nice, but still up there, still quality. Put it that way.
Right. Have that luxury, because if you bring in high class people on your ship to get your goods, I think you should have something as nice as this. To bring them
I'm looking forward to the concept shell, because even though I'm trying to do away with my vehicles, I'm probably gonna have to get there, but we'll see.
Yeah, that's true. I forgot about you just remind me. So two ships I need. The Banu land vehicle and
I'll be using RSI credit though. I won't be using real life class. We'll see. And this is the Spectrum version of the Galactapedia Update. Basically the same thing as the RSI version. Okay, so moving on, I'm on to ISC. Just want to say congratulations to Haskell High. We had him on this past Sunday on Soul Citizen. He's having the screenshot of the week. This is the arrow, and I'll click on it. You can get a full 4K version if you click on the Twitter. But yeah, that's pretty good screenshot. So I love how the
Yeah.
background is all fuzzy and gives a lot of background on how to take screenshots in the game. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, from Sunday's show, I know they said it, and it looks like it's easy to do, but I don't know. I think you just have to have an eye for it and probably a lot of practice.
Yeah,
But yeah,
practice,
I just think some of these pictures are just way out of my league. If I wanted, maybe if I had to take a picture of my feet, yeah, but these pictures are way out of my league. So I wouldn't even try.
Mm. Yeah, it's another Tosca who tweeted by RSI Twitter account. Okay, we covered this a little bit before, but the NJ Racing, the Crux Cup 2953 championship racing is on this weekend. Witness the fastest endurance ship in the Empire. Okay, okay. Watch it live at the host Quancy and Red Monster SC. The race starts at 13:30 UTC Saturday and Sunday. So both days are starting at 13:30 UTC. And then after the Crux Cup, they have the System 7, sorry. This classic race returns this Saturday. Bobby's Bass is here for another bout, putting customers up to the test, and the outpour knocks. One wrong split-second decision could skid you across the ice. This is April 9th, 2000 UTC. So in between that, you can watch Slow Talk between the Crux Cup and the System 7. So there you go. Check that out. Full day of Star Citizen stuff. Starting early here. And this is the final one before we get to the ISC, but I thought this was kind of cute. The verse is never lonely. We have a Pico by your side by Shockbreaker. I thought it was pretty cool. Hey, Took Up Thumb, thank you for that. So yeah, what do y'all think?
Oh, very cool.
Yeah.
Like we talked about last week on last week's show, seeing the, the techniques of and from Haskelhub, his Divine Shadow, Griff, and rest of the cast. Talking about the screenshots and everything like that. This is so cool. Being able to see the depth of field and
Yeah, I was gonna
all of
say
that
the depth of field. Now that I know how people do that, it doesn't take the magic away. It just makes me more appreciative for the effort that people
Yeah.
put into the
Yeah, that-
screenshot. Because
that
I'm
focus.
not gonna say I know how the sausage is made now, but I know some of the details, and it
I
makes me appreciate it more.
I was very surprised to learn that there was no compositing software done except for just reshading.
Yeah, you offended Griff. You offended Griff.
No, I apologize, but listen, that should actually be a compliment because when you take a screenshot, that should be, for somebody to say, wow, what did you use? Besides the in-game screenshot, to take something so high quality, that's very, very cool.
Yeah, Bonsai makes a good point about it being like Mandalorian and Grogu.
Yeah.
It does. Yeah, now that you mention it, it does. It has that feel too. But I don't know. And I know Griff is a professional, and I just know I wouldn't even try. Hey.
Well, in a sense, though, Pops, you think about it, you are doing it now, though.
Taking a picture.
Well,
I don't know. I think
no. Wait a minute. Think about it. You're actually taking several pictures, right? More pictures than one because we're making a project, making a movie, and that's what it's comprised of.
Yeah, but photography is
same rules applies.
Well, I don't know.
It does.
And it's funny that you're having this conversation now because I think it applied for the machinima that I picked up later on. So we can pick up this conversation.
Oh yeah, okay, no problem. No problem.
So funny how stuff works out. But yeah, so this is again from the version Never Lonely with a Pico by itself by Shockbreaker, and yeah, nice piece like that. Alright, so up next we have the return of Inside Star Citizen. This is 15 minutes, 36 seconds. So let's check it out and come back and talk about it.
In 2865, Hurston Dynamics purchased a planet in the Stanton system and began the process of looking for their capital, being careful not to build on the resource-intense areas they bought the planet for in the first place, because you gotta leave all that free for the mining after all. Now, during that search, they designated one particular area already filled with structures that house the on-world workers by the three-letter designation LOR, an acronym for the rather dismissive title Local Occupational Residency. And after essentially requiring all of their workers to live there, because it makes it easier to keep an eye on everyone, the town eventually gathered an unofficial temporary nickname. And as anyone that's ever built something huge and complex can tell you, there are few things in life more permanent than an unofficial temporary nickname. Now, eventually, the Hurston family made this the center of all commerce and residence on the planet, and thus, Lorville continued to grow and expand and be built upon. And in the upcoming Alpha 319, it's taking its next major step forward towards becoming the thriving, brutalist cityscape old Solomon Hurston would be proud of.
Well, how would I describe Lorville to somebody who's never seen it?
Lots of crazy stuff happened there. I don't know, man. It's very dusty. Definitely very dusty. Yeah.
I think it would be something that's a place that's very polluted. It would be a place that's very oppressive, but also pretty lively at the same time. People are working there day and night.
Lorville is essentially a mega city. It's sprawling, it's huge. And it's on a Stanton 1 planet inside the Stanton system.
The story of Lorville, I know that it was built by a company, a family business.
It's ruled by the Hurston family. And it's a very authoritarian regime.
Place that's very expensive in the scale of it.
Reminds you a little bit of 1984, that kind of stuff maybe. Also a little bit of a Tyrell Corporation from Blade Runner, something like that. That's what comes to my mind when I think of Lorville, yeah.
So a landing zone like Lorville is a hub for the players. It has many services. There's the habs, the habitations, and from there they can spawn. There's the hospitals. There's shops. There's missions.
There's obviously multiple areas and some new areas as well.
When you're arriving from your ship, the first thing you're going to see is, you're going to see the CBD, of course.
Central Business District. And this is where the Hurston family oversees the city.
There's the spaceport that obviously has a lot of the transit line going to. You can also go to the L19, where there's obviously some residential.
Leading up from the center, we have those transit lines that are going in different directions from the center of the city. And from there, there's many districts inside the inner city. In the inner city, we represent the different classes of the residents of Lorville. There's areas where there's more wealth. These are higher up top, and they have a gold cladding on their buildings. And we have lower areas that are closer to the industrial areas. And it's mainly residential and commercial. We have lots of opportunities for branding. The branding comes mainly from Nicolas Fortin's team. So we partnered with them, and they come up with new brands. In turn, the environment art team helped to integrate those into billboards and holograms throughout the city. So the areas like the CBD, the L19 at the spaceport, you're all familiar with. These haven't changed. They just moved slightly because they were already up to a quality that still works today. And what we've worked on is the connecting tissue between those to make like the city feel actually the big size compared to what it was.
Buildings are now much higher, but you're also going to see how the city now extends further away, a little bit like tentacles, right? And it spreads out into those smaller islands. We call them islands. Those are the industrial islands. Let's say you start from the spaceport and you want to travel outside towards the industrial islands. First of all, they're much further away, but they're still connected. You know, they connected using pipelines from the city to the outskirts. And once you get to the industrial islands, you can see, you know, it's filled with chimneys, lots of activities happening there. It really shows, you know, the might that is Hurston Dynamics and the Hurston family itself. Yeah, I think that's a good answer.
So making Lorville was not like a straight line. There was many like challenges, and we didn't really have expectations of what we could achieve or not achieve. We just went with our feelings, what kind of city we wanted to build, basically.
You know, we tried to create a certain variety of colors inside the city, but overall it remains pretty gray. But at the same time, it's also pretty dusty. You know, it reflects the pollution, how industrial the city is.
And in the end, like, we're just like driving that point that it's like heavily polluted or authoritarian, and that it's in everything we do.
Lighting is very important when you're coming to a location. When one of the last part that the artist will do, it really brings the life to all the previous work that the environmental artist did.
Lighting drives the eye. It makes us look at places, and it just like enhances the contrasts, and we get like a whole better look through that lighting.
The lighting really, it brings in the whole atmosphere. And during the night, we want to bring that feeling of liveliness to the city.
Yeah, night is pretty badass with all the new buildings, the taller buildings, the windows and everything. Little red lights, blinking red lights across the city. As a player, when you come in and you see these giant structures, but also these little lights, it really shows, you know, okay, this is a really big building. Try to put a lot of small details, small elements like street lights, containers, also a little bit of some pathways for vehicles to move around. That really helps to solidify the idea that, you know, this is a giant city, giant facilities that are being built inside the city. And yeah, it's huge.
There's a lot of different viewpoints right now, so you'll be able to appreciate it from a lot of different distances and viewpoints, even if you're far away.
Still a very bustling city, lots of activities happening. You can also see people taking the train, the transit to move around the city to, you know, get from their habs to their workplace.
The lighting on the transit line has been really, really improved. You'll have a lot more to see when you're going through these different lines, and I think it's going to be very exciting.
It's not just the lights in the city, but also in the industrial islands. Even though they're a bit further away, they have these giant, I call them cauldrons. It's like burning some sort of material. It's very orangey. It glows a lot. I think you can actually see them from outer space. Lighting at night with those cauldrons, it's really amazing looking.
The atmosphere is really important as well. It gives like the depth that we need inside the city. It makes things like feel believable, and like it adds this layer of realism.
Lorville during the day is very, very polluted, obviously. So when you get into the city, there are very thick layer of clouds. And when you get through these clouds, it's like getting into a new world, in a different world. They cover the top of the building. It's very impressive. They just bring so much to the atmosphere. They really, really kind of put that finish on the daylighting. Sunlight
doesn't actually always touch the ground. You know, everything's a little bit in the shade because of the smoke, the smog, the atmosphere. It's so thick, you can't really see into the horizon, you know, how many buildings is there? You know, it's pretty claustrophobic, even though, you know, it's a giant city, but if you look really far away, you can't really see where it ends because of the atmosphere.
Chris did a great job on the atmosphere, and it looks very, very unhealthy, I would say, to be there in that atmosphere for very long.
VFX, they did a great job with especially the chimneys, the amounts of smoke that the industrial zones are creating. It really emphasizes the pollution aspect to how they do business in Hurston. Lighting definitely with the new atmosphere looks really much different, and it really showcases the ominous feeling of the city.
The whole composition of the city works through with lighting just hand in hand. Without lighting, like everything looks a bit flat.
And so it's very important in that process to bring kind of the final look, to bring it alive from what the concept art originally kind of said about the location.
The biggest change from the old Lorville to the new is the scale of those buildings, and they feel much more integrated, lifelike as a city. And that was one of the reasons at the beginning why we wanted to change Lorville, was to get like that proper scale throughout the city, and that feeling that basically can make you feel like it's a real city. Making the buildings at the correct scale can enable us later to create interiors for those buildings. And so in that sense, Lorville will be ready for that. Getting close to the city, like especially while flying, like the feeling is just so great. We've lowered the restricted zone as much as we can, and we can really get close to the buildings now. The size of those windows are like true to real life size of windows. The scale of things feels like really good.
Level design definitely also plays a role inside the city. We try to make sure that players, if they want to fly their ship around buildings or into some of these areas that we call trenches, level design reminded us to, you know, keep some openings so that players can move around them easily. On our side, we also made sure that you can navigate in some of those structures, those trenches. You can do slaloms around those pipelines, and you know, maybe some of those areas could become potential racetracks for the future. You know,
Lorville will have like racing opportunities, I think, because now there's like tunnels, there's cranes, there's sky bridges, there's like big straddle frames, and these can create target points for basically for racing. For me, the greatest thing was seeing the team come together and pitch ideas and deliver on those challenges and those ideas.
It's been a lot of work from every department, and especially in lighting, I think it's been a big project that we've worked on. And there's so much details that's been put on every one of these areas. And I think I'll be really excited to see how people react to this. I think it's something that people have been expecting for a long time.
I think for the player, you know, the fact that we can go around these areas, whether it's land vehicles or, you know, we're using spaceships, fly around these structures, I think it's going to be a good experience, yeah.
I hope the players appreciate the new Lorville, just the sheer scale, and that it feels like you can see Lorville from Everest station, so it makes it like a big impact, I think. And I hope that the players notice.
So what did we learn this week? Well, we learned that a landing zone is more than just the three-dimensional geo that forms it. It's that confluence where narrative, level design, branding, lighting, and atmospheric artistry meet commerce, residence, and a foundation for future gameplay opportunities like racing, mission interiors, and more, and that this newest evolution of Lorville is scheduled to make its way to you in next month's Alpha 319.
No, 319.
For Inside Star Citizen, I'm Jared Huckabee. Thanks for exploring the process of game development with us, and we'll see you all here next week.
No save the 319.
Yeah, no, vacation was good. Paris, London, saw some shows. Saw Phantom. You were right; it was great. It actually kind of reminded me of you because you can't see your you both got the same beautiful singing voice.
Oh my goodness! I didn't pre-watch it this time, so I didn't know that was at the end. That was funny. All right, so Fitzpatrick, calling on you first. What do you think?
Oh man, you know, when you look at, you know, as I started to kind of get into this, as we spoke about earlier about doing a project, you start to really look at things differently, because as you start to learn about you know, the 3D software and all of the techniques that they use within game assets, you know, you start looking at it from an appreciation standpoint, you know, and kind of seeing things from, like you said, again, how the sausage is made, you know, because it's true, because it's the same thing, kind of like when I got into audio, you know, I listened to music differently. From a different point of view, and it's the same thing as when getting into this and looking at Lorville, to seeing out all of the designs and the, you know, like they said, the lighting, you know, it's so like cool to be able to see that, and then excuse me, for it to be in a game functioning. Unbelievable.
I recommend to anyone, if you don't know how the sausage is made, don't find out. Ignorance is bliss. Just saying. and if anyone wants to come in and talk about this week's ISC, come on in, click the link and chat or below this stream, and come in and talk with us. We'd love to know your thoughts. So, Pops, how about you? What are your thoughts?
Oh wow. To me, this was my train of thought. When ancient cities were built, they were built to leave the person in awe. And first of all, this gives me the idea. This place was almost as if they built it for you to visit it at night, with the contrast between the black and the gold. You know, that rich kind of feeling that it is supposed to give you. You know, now it's in its way past its heyday, but it just you know, it just reminds me of it, because when you look at it, when you see it at night, it really, that gold just really stands out. You know, as if you were supposed to enter this place again at night, and the lighting team and what they done, because it just doesn't look the same during the daytime as it does at night.
Well, you know why though, Pops, right? Because it really shines on all of the tyranny that Hurston brings, you know, because I don't want to big up Hurston too much, you know, because my good friend Colossal, he'll be seething at the mouth, you know, to hear all of the praise that we're giving it. So I don't want to go too far on that. But anyway,
yeah, I'm not really, you know, I'm just saying the style, and I guess I'm just picking at the two colors and the two colors, because the way this looks at night, it doesn't, it has a different impact than looking at it during the day. And,
I mean, it would make a great screensaver. Someone can make a live studio or whatever it's called for screensaver for Windows or whatever device that you use, and I think it would make a great screensaver.
Yeah, and you know the wait a minute, I just forgot what I was going to say, but okay, never mind, I don't remember it.
All right, so I mean, a couple of thoughts that I was taking down that I was watching. He talked about Jared Huckabee talk about LOR lore for the acronym, before it became Lorville. I thought that was a little bit lore, as you can say, was interesting. I love the I think right here the Darion thing, the top hat and monocle. I thought that was a nice piece. Okay, Fist. So yeah, and the scale
what
of
happened?
everything. We heard that coming through your microphone just now.
Oh, sorry. No, yeah.
No problem. So yeah, the scale of everything, like people were saying, is you can really tell. Like I mean, Morville is correct. You can't really call it Lorville 2.0. Morville is probably a better term, like they say. But yeah, in chat talking about how AltCorp needs to be up. Oh wow, I missed it when I first watched this. But yeah, people in chat are saying how AltCorp needs to be updated, and I'm pretty sure that's in the works. I don't know when it's going to be.
Yeah, I'm sure it is.
Yeah, but I'm sure it is. AltCorp 2.0 is on the way. I mean, you think this is impressive? Because they only get better as time goes by. You think this looks impressive? I can only imagine how AltCorp will look. And then once AltCorp gets updated, hopefully we'll get Hyro and the other systems coming in soon later. So we'll see.
Yeah.
Bonsai said they used to make time-lapse videos of day-night cycles in places. Sadly, the whole survival aspect kind of made that impossible. Yeah, I understand. Yeah, I remember those back in the day before survival took place. People used to make time-lapse, and those were cool. The day-night cycle too. Yeah, I'll probably look those up later on YouTube. But as far as the video goes, sub scale, I love the aspect of having lower restricted zones. Because I would always crash into stuff when I'm trying to land. So having those lowered would probably be great. Racing, I can see Atmo Esport or Crunchy or whoever making a racetrack out of this in 319, or maybe like the week after it comes out. We'll see people making race courses, and hopefully then CID will take that race course and put it into Arena Commander. So yeah. And then at the end, Jimmy, I was not expecting that. That was cool. I wonder who was in the helmet, though. That's my question.
Jimmy.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I do remember now watching this. It did make me think about a mission that I would hope that they would do something similar to this. Maybe it would be a mission that would only come up maybe once every 3 years. Kidnap one of these Hurston people and hold them for ransom.
You're not the only one. Fist, is that your idea too?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I thought it was. I thought it was the father and son. Yeah. We had the same idea.
Oh yeah. I want to do some kidnapping missions. Let me find them out there in the verse. Without the security. Let me find them lurking outside of Hurston. Yeah.
Man, these shots are amazing, though.
They are.
This is a game that we play, or will play in 319.
Hey,
So people wonder where the $500 million is going. Now you can tell where the $500 million is going. All right, so yeah, that is this week on Inside Thoughts. So that's in Morville Lorville. Hopefully, if you want to rewatch it, click up the link and after the show, and have fun. So up next, I mentioned it before, but this is a tweet from the official RSI account. Ever wondered how beautiful cinematics are created within the verse? Check out this fantastic guide from NotGemini 1 to level your skills, and maybe you'll become our next video contest winner. So fastcart said it's in terms of how to create video part 1. So instead of doing a Machinima this week, we're going to show how to create videos, because we already had that show last Sunday. How about taking a screenshot, and then the week before that with production and stuff. So we continue on along those lines. This is almost 10 minutes, so let's check it out.
Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm NotGemini. I'm creating mainly trailer in the Star Citizen universe, and I'm also the founder of Citizen Content Creator, a community Discord gathering all types of creation and content creators. Videos in Star Citizen are very popular, whether it's cinematic, teaser trailer or Machinima. In this video I will give you some tips if you want to start making some videos in the Star Citizen universe. I'll start with a very brief reminder of the camera control. Third person camera. Almost all action with the camera need to stay press the F4 key. Observe the key on the keypad that will light up in green. Press the F4 key to enter the third person view. Press the Z button to switch to free look mode. This allows you to turn the camera around your character. Camera movements. Press the down arrow to make a rear traveling. The up arrow to make a front traveling. The same goes for left and right. Press page up to go up, press page down to go down. Press the asterisk to reset your camera. You can zoom out and zoom in by using your mouse wheel. Focal length and field of view. Press the minus button several times to increase the focal length and reduce the field of view. Press the plus button several times to reduce the focal length and increase the field of view. Depth of field. Press the home button several times to increase the blur. Now try to use the previously seen camera movements to adjust the sharpness on your character or the desired object. Play with different movements such as traveling, focal and zoom. Once you are satisfied, press the end button several times to reduce the blur. Obviously, as you can see, it takes a little time, but whether you want to make a video or screenshot, the depth of field is very important. Let's get to the heart of the matter. What do you need to do or know to start making a great video in Star Citizen? Whether you want to introduce a new ship or to create a machinima, these types will help you to make your content more enjoyable to look at and more interesting. In the technical part we will have the camera angles, the proportion of your frame, the lighting of your scene. In originality there will be your creativity, your musical choice, also to share to arouse the emotion of a work. Camera angle. They will help you to tell a better story. Wide shot, long shot, medium shot, the cowboy shot, the close-up shot, the detailed shot, the low angle shot, the high angle shot, the Dutch angle shot, over the shoulder shot, cutaway shot. Frame proportion. This will be the first step if you wish to start recording something or do just a simple screenshot. In this video I'm at Grimet currently and I will just play with the camera. I will move the camera around and zoom in, zoom out and try just to find a nice camera angle. You can use one of the camera angle that you have seen before. There is no obligation because it also depends of the background. If for example you want to show something in particular. And when you are doing this you can use a rule is 1/3 and 2/3. So in the right side you will have for example the character. And on the left, the background, for example, here the advertising of ships and some lights. I will just specify that I have a 21:9 screen, but this rule is also working for us if you have a 16:9 screen resolution. There is no difference, okay? For the next, I have this other image, a video recording. As you can see, I have done the same. I have 1/3 and 2/3, and into the 2/3 part, I have the Casaba Outlet logo. So this is something that you can use for many situations and so on. If you have already Reshade installed on your computer, there is a package on the web that you can download. It's called Otis FX, and there is a tool in it called Golden Ratio. And so you can display it on your screen, so you activate it, and so you will be able, it can help you to set up your character, place your background image, for example nature, mountains, landscape, and so on. And so maybe it will help you to take a nice screenshot. I have not been using it very often because I have a 21:9 screen, and so it's not made for me. It's more for 16:9, but it can be useful, so you can download it on the web. I will put the link into the description. Light and lightning are crucial elements in a video because they play a big role in creating the visual impact and mood of a scene. The light can be used to set the tone and atmosphere of a video, while lightning can add drama, excitement and tension to the footage. Proper lighting is essential for any video shoot or screenshot. Proper lighting ensures that the subject is well lit, that the colors are accurate and that the details are visible. It also helps to create depth and dimension, which can add a sense of realism to any footage. You will start by put your subject into your frame, find the best angle for the situation and depending where the light source is located. Once you have this, you will be able to start recording or take your screenshot. You can also use Reshade to play with color and light, so I don't use it very often for video, but for screenshot you can use it, and so you will be able to enable a few things like DPX, curves and level. You can also display the balance between dark and white, and so you can adjust. I recommend you to use it for your screenshot. You can have better contrast, better white and better color. Now that you have those tools to get a nice screenshot or a video capture, you want to improve them. And the next thing will be to add some movement to it. In screenshot, movements can be used to capture dynamic shots and add a sense of motion to the still image. In video, with your mouse, you will be able to do some camera movements such as panning, tilting and tracking. Sometimes you just want to have the camera shaking a little bit if you wish to add realism to the footage. You can just set the speed of your mouse very slow in the game setting or in your mouse setting, for example. But the best solution is to have a controller or a joystick to create nice movements. You can also disable the global camera shake if you don't need it in the game settings. I hope these few tips can help you to start making videos in Star Citizen. If you need more help or something, or you want to contact me, you can join me on my Discord. The second part of the video, if you like this first one, I will do a second one on the editing part. When I'm cutting my rush, I put it with the music and how I'm putting everything to have a finished product. I'm working currently on a trailer for the Star Citizen and certainly my latest in Stanton before Pyro is coming soon TM. So I hope you will enjoy my next trailer. I cannot tell you when it will come out because there is a lot of work missing. But I hope in the meantime you will be able also to produce some content and I will enjoy to watch it. If you have any feedback, just tell me in the comments. Thank you guys, see you soon in the verse, bye bye, to the next time.
Alright, let me mute that because I'm not sure if we're gonna get in trouble for playing the music. So just went back. Oops. Let me hit play again. I thought I thought it hit loop, but I didn't. There we go. Alright, so Pop, let's start with you. Oh, again, if anyone's going to come in and talk about the video, please click the link and come in. We'll talk about NotGemini's video. So yeah, Pops, what are your thoughts?
Oh yeah, it was excellent if you you're into, you want to start learning how to do it. machinimas, the photography, taking shots and things like that. Yeah, I agree with him. But this, I mean, it's unusual to see tutorial videos like that. I mean, you know. And,
I mean, but for a game like this, it's, I mean,
mhm.
all of last Soul Citizen were basically one big tutorial video, if you think about it. So yeah, yeah. I mean, people, like I said, in Soul Citizen, people like to call this screenshot simulator instead of a space simulator because of all the beautiful shots you can take, and people like NotGemini and Haskaha and his Divine Shadow coming in to teach people how to take these stuff. It just make more people going to come in and make more beautiful shots. So I approve.
Yeah, it's just to me, you know, you have, I don't know. I think people like, you know, Griff and Husker, and they just have an eye that, you know, for compositing these things, and when they see something that's, you know, they're drawn to it, say, man, you know, this would be a great shot for this or that and the other. I think that's something to me you can't teach. You can't go into a classroom to learn it. That's something you I don't know what you would really call that. I really don't know. I think, you know,
a talent that you're born with.
Yeah, I guess you could call it that. But you know, when they see something, they see it a tree. Me and you walk right by it, but they see it with a different eye than we do.
Well, I'm going to give some background. I was thinking I didn't really give a good introduction, but NotGemini, he did an Imagine 2.0 video, because the original Imagine video, I think, came out in 2015 by Gemini. But Gemini joined CIG eventually, so he wasn't able to make any more Machinima video. The NotGemini, I guess he's, well, I can't tell. I don't want to say where he's from. I can guess from his accent, but I don't want to say where he's from. But he came in and took over, not took over, but started continuing the stuff that Gemini was doing. And if you want to check out the Imagine videos, I recommend that. Hopefully, Griffin can look that up real quick and put the link in. But if not, that's cool. Yeah, just check out Star Citizen, Imagine, NotGemini and Gemini. Check them both out. You can see a difference between those two. But yeah, face to face. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I think it was really cool, you know, to kind of see the key binds and everything that he talked about. Kind of already knew about these things from watching Haskaha's video. One thing though he did touch upon that I did not see in Haskaha, maybe I don't remember, but he talked about the rule of thirds,
the truth and the golden ratio too.
Right. So, you know, basically, you know, for those who don't know, you know, basically the rule of thirds is this, you know, you saw the grid up there. It's cut into thirds, you know, 3 across, 3 down, and you just basically use it to position your shot up, usually to, you know, have a focus, whatever your target is on the left or the right side, and to leave the, you know, photo open and stuff like that. It's just different techniques. It's not a, it's kind of, I guess you could say that's a rule of thumb. It's not necessarily like a concrete thing, but you know, it's a good guideline.
Oh, so Citizen posted a 2022 version. I didn't know that. I thought there was one from 2017, 2016, but evidently there's one from last year, so I got to check that out later. I'm not going to click on it now, but yeah, hopefully I don't close the window and forget. But yeah, cool. Yeah, check those out.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you for that, Fish. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, no. That's pretty much it. I mean, you know, you just have fun with it. It's a really, really cool video.
Yeah. So hopefully, not hopefully, but next week we'll probably continue on our normal Machinima watching. But I just thought this was a good, chapter ink bookend towards our show on from Sunday. And it just seemed like CID just love borrowing Soul Citizen topic. Like we just did this topic on Sunday, and then they do this. So yeah, thank you, CID.
You're watching.
Yep. So yeah, thank you for the putting the link in again. All right, so I think that's it. We're ending the show a little bit early. Well, not early, but early for me, I guess. But I thought it was a good show. So thank you all for joining. Thank you, Face. Thank you, Pop and Griffin in the background for putting the links and everything. Talking about next show. So coming up on Saturday, we have Soul Voices at 3 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. UTC. That's where we talk more one-on-one versus, more roundtable. Talk about what's going on in the community this week. So we're talking about what's coming on the Spectrum, what's coming on Reddit, something from the general industry. And yeah, it's always a good show. And I got a glimpse of what one topic will be, but I think it'll be good, so look forward to it. That is on Saturday, 3 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. UTC, and that's part of PodSat, or Podcast Saturday. We start with Joe versus 3 p.m., Capping Table at 6 p.m., and Relay Station at 9 p.m., and you can put those all to your normal, your local time. And then on Sunday, we have whether or not this is our Soul Citizen topic on Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern, midnight. So yes, to talk about weather, obviously, and it should be an interesting show. 8 p.m. Eastern, midnight UTC. And this is how old I am. I see Whether or Not, and that made me think of The Greatest American Hero, because that is Believe It or Not. You've been around too long when different things remind you of other stuff. So that's what I think of when I think of that. But yeah, that's Sunday, 8 p.m. Again, thank you, Fish. Thank you, Pop. Thank you, Griffin. And thank you, everybody in chat for watching tonight. And we're going to raid Mystery Joe Bob. Oh, before I forget, Spicy Rhythm, I had a show on Friday. It's on the People Radio Twitter account. You can find the Mixcloud show broadcast for that. So check that out if you're interested. And DK and Griffin also have shows on People Radio. Check those out too. All right, so we're going to grade Mystery Joe Bob. Tell them hi from Soul Citizen, send them out love, and hope that everybody have fun. So peace, love, and soul. Take care, everybody.
Good night. 7.
And the raid went through. I'm shutting down Explit.